All right, guys, we are back here in East Carolina. Had to get the roster file right, make sure everybody's playing and got their upgrades in and everything. So we'll see what Maryland and ECU can do now. I know ECU was up 7-0 when we took it away, but who knows? Maybe it'll be something different this time. Akiyama is still joining me here in the booth.
Hello, everybody.
As ECU is going to get the ball to start the
Oh,
game this time. Great return by East Carolina. Didn't
looks like
see what
nothing
number
like
that
fun.
was. Number 19. I believe that was Levi Timms with the return. Going to be 1st and 10 from the 48. You're starting 1 yard further than what you started the first drive last game, Steven. As Rojo picks up 14 on his first run of the game, plowing through guys.
And this is what Maryland struggles with the most. They need to stop that run if they want any chance of winning.
Second or 1st and 10, Rojo's hitting the backfield and he's going to break off of the tackle. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
And as soon as I say that, you get a nice little stop.
Absolutely. Three trips to the top here for ECU. Matz is going to throw it out. Hex Waters makes the catch before falling out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd and 7. Trips to the bottom for the Pirates. Kristen Matz looks, floats it over, and it's caught by Hex Waters for 18 and a first down. One of the better throws I've seen Kristen Matz make this season.
Kind of like a slight diss. But
1st and 10 here for the Pirates from the 17. They're going to hand it to Rojo up the middle.
oh,
He's laid out.
he got laid out. Oh my god.
He
Someone
picked
better
up
check on
9,
him.
but that was looked like the safety Raunchy coming up with the hit.
Put his life on the put his life on the line for 9 right there.
Oh yeah, you don't want to see your running back taking hits like that, even though Rojo can deliver them right back. Matz is looking. She's going to scramble. She's slower than molasses, but she's got the first down.
Oh man, he just ran in slow motion right there.
Yeah, she definitely does not have speed. But it did its job. It's 1st and goal from the 3. 4 wide for the Pirates. Fake the handoff to Rojo. Krista's going to try to run in. She trucks one guy, but it's cleaned up immediately by the second Terrapin. Raunchy with the tackle.
As long as it gets the job done, doesn't matter if you're fast or slow.
Exactly. 2nd and goal from the 2. 5 wide for the Pirates. Nobody in the backfield. Chris is looking. She gets rid of it. Throws it over the middle. Touchdown, Cassius Castle for the touchdown, 2 yards out. Great route there by Castle on the little slant. Krista found him, and ECU scores faster than they did in the first game, Steven.
I would
And
really.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I said I was gonna say I would really hate being on the Maryland defense because every week, not only are you losing on the air, you're letting big yards. Same on the run. You can't stop anything at that point. It's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, it is. Deshaun Richardson with the return, and Maryland's going to have the ball 1st and 10 from the 32. And I get it. ECU, they've had a couple wins, but Maryland, Rutgers, Ole Miss, even though Rutgers just got their first win earlier tonight, it's been a long season for them. It makes you not even want to take the field sometimes, but you got to do it. You got to keep fighting because they could still make the playoffs.
I'm really looking forward to that. I don't know if it's week 10, but Maryland against Ole Miss is gonna be
Yeah,
exciting.
another chance for those guys to get a win on the season. 2nd and inches here for Maryland. They're going to run the option, and Gordon does not pitch it. He's going to lose probably about half a yard because it was 2nd and inches. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
I say show us what the freshman can do. Run it up the middle, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they had him open out there, but Lorden didn't pitch it. Lorden is going to draw back. He fires it to the left side. He's got a completion. It's Alvin Chisholm for 11 yards, and it moves the chains for the Terrapins.
Slow and steady. They have to take it slow and steady. Can't rush
Yeah,
it.
as long as you're moving the ball, that's all that
Yep.
matters. Play action here, and Lorden throws it over the middle to Gunnar Gunnarsson. He picks up 10, but they're going to say he's just short of the first down, second and inches. 3 of 3 so far for Lorden. Coming out 3 wide. Handoff to their new running back, Nicholas Handles, who's got a great carry on his first carry, 14 yards, and it's a first down.
Great start to his debut today. Gets
Absolutely.
in field goal range, 14 yards.
Lorden pressured immediately, has to get rid of it before he's sacked. Brings up second and 10. Gonna come out 4 wide, trips to the top. Handles beside Lorden. They're gonna hand it to Handles again. He's got room. He's able to pick up 6. It's gonna be 3rd and 4.
Looks like to me he just said, if this team doesn't want to win, I'm going to do it myself. He's really trying his best. He's fighting for it.
Yeah, definitely. Trips to the top for Maryland. They're going to dump it off to the tight end, Gunnarsson. He gets to the first down marker and stops. He's got 5 yards and a first down. They are in the red zone at the 14. 4 wide, trips to the bottom of the screen. They're going to hand it to Handles. He's got the first down. Touchdown, Nicholas Handles on his first ever drive for the Terrapins.
He's definitely going to be a game changer.
That is huge. And that's why we stopped the game and got the rosters right, because their new running back comes in, picks up 34 yards on 3 carries and a touchdown on his first drive.
Yeah, before the reset, their old running back couldn't even get like 5 on 3 rushes.
Nope. Levi Timms with the 21-yard return. It's 7-7 with 4:49 to go here in the first quarter. ECU coming out for their second drive of the game. Sorry. 3 wide. They're going to hand it to Rojo, who's hit immediately, and he's going to lose a yard. 2nd and 11. Xavier Lingham with the tackle.
You know, this game is it's going to be a big offensive game. I don't think both of these defense can do much. So it's going to be a high-scoring game. That's my prediction. But you never know.
I think so as well. Krista's going to run it. She picks up 5. It's going to be 3rd and 6. Going to bunch them all up, 2 on each side. Krista draws back, throws it over to the left side. Completed the Timms for 5 yards, but needed 6. It's going to be 4th down, and they're going to have to punt.
You get a 3-1 bounce right there. Have the whole first down.
Here comes the punt for ECU. The punt is away. Maryland's going to take it about the 23. Good return here for Maryland. He got caught up. Raunchy got caught up by his own men, but he picked up 20 on the return before he ran into him.
If he had cover right there, I think he would have taken it to the house. Or at least
He had a chance. If he wouldn't have got stuck by his own guy and cut it out a little earlier, he had room.
Or at least past the house.
Lorden over the middle has got his man. That's going to be Verbal Kent for 16 and a first down.
After that touchdown by the freshman, you can see the my fault. The mentality change right here. They all want to win now. They're all hungry for the touchdown.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 for the Terrapins. Lorden's looking. He's going to air it out to the left side. He's got a man. That's going to be Deshaun Richardson for 15 and a first down for Maryland.
Not what you usually see from Maryland, but I'm loving it.
Yeah, ECU's having trouble defending the pass right now. Well, really both sides of the ball, because Nicholas Handles ran all over him on the first drive.
Yeah, I definitely put them down.
Trips to the bottom for Maryland. They're throwing it over the middle, wide open at the tight end Gunnarsson for 14, and he moves the chains again. Three wide, tight end off the line. He's going to go in motion. Fakes the handoff, and then he's going to be sacked as he ran into his own lineman. Roderick Stutler with the tackle. They're going to call it a tackle for loss instead of a sack.
You gotta have communication with your line right there. That could have potentially been a touchdown, but fortunately he ran into him.
Oh, quick pass. As Lorden was dropping back, he ran into the running back and then just threw it. Luckily, Richardson was able to catch it. Brings up a 3rd and 5 from the 11. From the 6. Lorden drops back, throws it over the middle, and his running back dropped it. Or no, that might have been a receiver. I couldn't tell, or the tight end.
No,
Either way, they dropped it.
Running back.
Maryland has to settle for a field goal. 23-yard field goal attempt is good, and Maryland takes an early 10-7 lead with 2:36 to go in the first quarter.
It's still early. Whatever they can get helps, but the touchdown would have been very good right there.
Yeah, he would have had it too.
Just need to hold it.
Tim's with a good return, gets out to the 33. ECU's going to come back out. 2 on each side, bunched up. Krista's going to run it. Cuts up. She picks up 1. It's going to be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, Krista needs to run some track or something.
I'm not sure why Krista's wanting to run it so much. 4 wide here for the Pirates again. Plenty of time for Krista. She throws it over the right side. She's got a man fighting for it. Hex Waters picks up 9 as he breaks 2 tackles and gets to the first down marker.
I don't think I'd agree with that call. I think he stayed. I think it was still inches, but the ref saw it better than me, so.
Yeah, it might have been a little bit of a generous spot. Levi Timms picks up a first down there easily with the throw from Krista Matz. And ECU's in business across the 50 to the 43-yard line. 4 wide. Fakes the handoff to Jalone. Krista's going to keep it on the read option and pick up 4. It's going to be 2nd and 6. Coming out 4 wide again. 2 on each side for Krista Matz. Got Jalone in the backfield. They're going to hand it to Jalone, who avoids 1 tackle, runs through another guy, and is able to pick up 4.
He absolutely dribbled that lineman.
Yeah, Roger showed that he ain't scared of those D linemen as he put him on his butt. And it's going to be 3rd and 2. Krista's looking. She throws it. She's got a man on the slant, fighting for yardage. Still fighting. It's Cassius Castle for 20 and a first down.
Just like I said, this Maryland defense doesn't really want to win. They're not trying to tackle with effort. They're getting trucked, stiff-armed. Looking very bad for them.
Yeah, ECU refusing to go down. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 15. 3 wide. We're going to hand it to Jalone, who's fighting for yardage. She's able to pick up 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5 as we're under a minute to go here in the first quarter.
If both defenses had the aggression that these offenses have, this game would be very close.
They hand it to Rojo for 1. It's going to be 3rd and 4. Yeah, the defenses, they're both kind of playing bend, don't break right now. Krista's going to drop back. She's going to run it. She had a man going down the right side wide open, but she chose to run it, and she's sacked for a 4-yard loss. Bad omens getting back there for the sack, and it's going to bring up 4th and 8, and that's probably going to do it here for the first quarter. And that's the end of the first quarter with Maryland. 10 unanswered points to take a 10-7 lead here at the end of the first quarter. You're watching the ECFL on Twitch. We are back here in Greenville, North Carolina, as ECU is going to try a 31-yard field goal. Kick is up, and it's good, and we have a tie game here with 8:58 to go in the second quarter.
That's 2 field goals already. I'm hoping they don't just cake every offensive drive they have. That would be very
yeah. You got to punch it in the end zone. Deshaun Richardson with a 23-yard return.
Might have to go for it a few times. Get that momentum at all costs.
Yeah, it's going to depend on how the game is being played. Lorden with a quick pass out to the right side. That's Verbal Kent, who picks up 7 and runs through a couple guys before being tackled. It's going to be 2nd and 3. Maryland coming out 3 wide. Handoff to Handles, who's hit. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It's going to be 3rd and 3, the first time they've stopped him tonight.
It's like completely collapsed right there. Didn't have nowhere to run. That's a good job by ECU right there.
Yeah, definitely. You got to block for him. Lorden over the right side. He fires it to Verbal Kent for 5 yards, and he gets the first down. Pretty impressed with Busy Lorden right now. He's staying in the pocket, staying calm, and delivering great throws. 10 of 12 so far. Just hands it to Handles, who's got some room. Cuts it over the right side across the 45, 40, 35, down to about the 31-yard line. Nicholas Handles for 33 and a first down.
Absolute game changer right here.
JoJo Shalizzi with missing it. The strong safety who got juked out of his cleats.
JoJo, what happened right there, man? Can you show me something?
1st and 10 here for Maryland. Lorden drops back. Throws it to the flat. Got Handles fighting for yardage still. Picks up 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. JoJo, you said you wanted me to call your name. Where you at?
You said respectfully as well, but I don't think we can do that. The way he's playing.
Speed option. Handles, breaks it. He's fighting. He's not able to get anything. He's going to lose a yard. It's 3rd and 3. Valentine with his 4th tackle so far.
Sucks Maryland didn't have Nicholas at the start of the season. I feel like they would have won at least like 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, this has been a big pickup so far for Maryland. He's Nicholas Handles is doing it all. Oh, Lorden over the middle, and Bryce Lee should have had the pick. Threw it right to him, and he dropped it. 40-yard attempt here from Maryland. Kick is up, and it's good. So with 7:01 to go here in the second quarter, Maryland takes a 13-10 lead over ECU. Good return here for the Pirates across the 35, across the 40, 45, down to the 47. Levi Timms with the 48-yard return. Great return there for the Pirates. Get some great field position at the 47. Krista with the green. Breaking tackles. Got the first down. That's Lexington Harper for 12 yards.
It's really concerning as well when even your special teams unit is allowing them to return for that much. It's not a good sign.
Yeah, definitely. Over the middle, Krista Matz finds Harbor again for 4 yards. It's 2nd and 6. Krista 9 of 9 start here. probably just jinxed her. But Rojo with a nice carry falls forward and picks up 6, and it moves the chains.
That might jinx both of them right here. Both quarterbacks are doing really good. I haven't seen anything bad apart from that throw last drive that almost
Ooh.
was attempted. Oh,
Timms catches it on the little wide receiver screen and then takes a huge hit by Raunchy. Brings up 2nd and 8. Second and 8 for ECU from the 29, 4 wide. Chris is going to run the screen. Rojo's got it. Runs through one defender. Got some blocking, and he gets the first down. Great job there. 11 for 11 so far for Krista.
Maryland tackles very good when they don't necessarily need it, but when it's big ones like those, they're nowhere to be found.
Yep, exactly. Hand off to Rojo. He picks up 8. It's going to be 2nd and 2 from the 11. Krista drops back. She's going to run it. She's got the first down across the 5. Truck sticks another guy. And it's 1st and goal, Pirates.
They're faster on that one.
4 wide. They're going to hand it to Rojo. He's breaking one tackle, and then he breaks another and gets to the end zone. Touchdown, ECU.
You know, with how good both quarterbacks are doing, I don't necessarily think it's a passing battle right now. Both running backs are carrying both teams right now.
Yeah, they are. Rojo is just running through people. Nicholas Handles is juking people out of their shoes and doing the agile stuff. And, you know, both offenses haven't played bad. It's 17-13 here in the second quarter.
Yep. I think this game's going to be decided whenever either defense gets their act together.
Yeah, that's going to be what defense can step up, because right now neither one of them are. Maryland's going to come out from the 27, 1st and 10. They're going to go 3 wide. Handles behind Lorden. Lorden's looking. Going deep. Got a man down the sideline. Verbal can't brace the tackle, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Maryland.
As soon as he heard, when Lorden heard, we're talking about running backs and them carrying, he had to shut us up real quick.
The DB got caught on the wrong side of the ball, and Verbal Kent made him pay and broke the tackle and walked in the last 20 yards. Extra point is up and is good, and with 4:46 to go in the second quarter, Maryland has a 20-17 lead. Kick is away.
I like Krista now. I mean, it's a big throw from him.
There you see Krista's stats so far: 11 for 11 for exactly 100 yards and 1 touchdown. Let's see if she can keep it going here as they take over 1st and 10 from the 29. Going to go 4 wide, trips to the bottom. Wide receiver screen, and it gets through there. It was a dangerous throw. Across the 50, 45, down to about the 42. That's Levi Timms for 30 yards. And that one probably should have been picked off.
That was extremely dangerous. They got lucky that that DB was not looking.
Yeah, that was number 20. I didn't know his name, but he was there and just never looked for the ball.
Would have been a different story if he saw that coming.
1st and 10 ECU. 4 wide. Krista's looking over the middle. She's got another one. That's Cassie's Castle for 6. 2nd and 4. Three wide. 2 to the top. Hand off to Jalone. He's got some room up the middle. He picks up the first down. 11 rushes for 58 yards for Rojo here in the first half.
Now, if I'm ECU right here, I wouldn't score immediately. I want to go into the half up, but I don't want to give Maryland a chance to score as well.
There's probably still too much time for all that.
Yeah.
As they find Castle over on the right side, he gets the catch and then gets laid out by Joe Hands. Brings up 2nd and 6. Four wide here for the ECU Pirates. Rojo beside Matz. They're going to hand it to Rojo. Sutter step in the backfield. Still fighting. He picks up 4. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Third and 2 for ECU. Trips bunched up on the left side. One out wide to the right. Throws it over the middle, wide open. That's Lexington Harbor for 9 yards, and it moves the chains.
That was basically a free pass right there, completely wide open.
Yeah.
I don't know what Maryland was doing right there.
Nobody within 5 yards of him. Krista's looking. She's going to run it. Gets outside 10, 5. Touchdown, Krista Matz, as she runs it in from 10 yards out.
That might have been the fastest she's ever ran. She was on a mission.
It felt like it was slow motion.
Yeah, still in slow motion, but she was on a mission.
Extra point is up, and it's good with 2:52 to go in this first half. ECU takes a 24-20 lead over the Maryland Terrapins. Turtle is right, Krista. But slow and steady wins the race.
The Turtle did win.
Yeah, the Turtle did win.
Gotta take it slow and steady. Can't rush it.
Exactly. Maryland's going to have the ball 1st and 10 from the 33. 3 wide here for the Terrapins. They're going to fake the handoff to Handles. Jordan keeps it, breaks the tackle. They able to pick up 1 after all that. 2nd and 9.
Kind of faked me right there. I thought Nicholas took it.
And JoJo Schlizzy got juked out of his shoes again.
I don't think we can say anything respectful about JoJo this game. Sorry, man.
He's had to put his shoes on twice. Hand off to Handles. Breaks a tackle. He's out over the 40 after picking up 7. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Maryland is 3 of 5 tonight on 3rd downs. This is more like a 3rd and 3 than a 3rd and 2. Hand it to Handles. He's up the middle. Got the 1st down as he breaks off the tackle. But then he's laid out.
Yeah, that tackle had to hurt.
Feels a little bit better when you get the 1st down, though. 1st and 10 for Maryland. Quick screen out to the left. It's caught by Alvin Chisholm for 2 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 8 as Maryland takes their first time out. 1:48 to go in the first half.
Yes, me, that was a bit too early. We had time.
Looking, Lorden over the middle. It's diving chance is going to fall incomplete.
Who's that?
Didn't see what number that was.
Number 15. Both teams.
Lorden's looking, throws it over. It should have been intercepted. But it's going to fall incomplete, and Maryland's going to punt for the first time tonight. The punt is away. And it doesn't check up, and it's through the end zone for a touchback. So ECU is going to come out with the ball from the 20 with the 1:34 and all 3 timeouts. So they're going to come out 4 wide with Jalone split beside Krista. She's looking. Takes it down. Got a man across to the right side.
You know,
receiver catches it, picks up 9, and gets laid out.
Big hits this game. Oh, my God.
Yeah, there has been. They're really hitting tonight. Screen. Rojo's got it. Picks up the 1st down. Picks up 2, but it's enough, and it's 1st and 10 for the Pirates. A minute 20 to go. They're not calling timeout now. 3 wide. Krista drops back. She's going to run it, and she's hit, and she's going to only pick up 1. Clock is still running. They're not using a timeout. 2nd and 9. Down to a minute to go. 4 wide. Drops back. Plenty of time. Floats it over. It's caught. The defender tried to jump the route, and it didn't work, and Levi Timms catches it for a 1st down, 10 yards. ECU calls a timeout. 1st and 10 from the 44. Chris is looking. She's going to run it. Stumbling over the lineman, and it's fumbled.
Oh. Maryland takes it. Now they have a chance. They're close to the field goal range. If I'm Maryland, I do try and score, but I prioritize the field goal.
And that ball is definitely out. And it was kicked around, and Maryland recovers it. They're going to have the ball with 40 seconds, 2 timeouts, and they got the ball at the 44. It's going to be a screen from Lorden to Handles across the 40. He takes a huge hit by JoJo.
That one hurt me.
Brings up 2nd and 4 as Maryland calls timeout from the 37. Lorden's looking. Airing it out. Got a man wide.
Wide open.
Touchdown, Alvin Chisholm. 37 yards.
2 back-to-back long throws allowed by ECU right here.
Maryland makes ECU pay for the turnover. The Krista Matz fumble. The kick is up, and it's good. And with 30 seconds to go in the second quarter, first half, it is 27-24 Maryland over ECU. If you're ECU, do you take any shots here? You got 1 timeout.
I think you try. Like
Maryland does get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, that's why. I want to at least put 3 points up, tie the game before the half. But if it doesn't work out, there's not much you can do.
26 seconds. You got to take a couple of shots. Well, Kristen's going to run it instead. And that's probably going to do it.
Yep. Unless they do one final play.
Over the middle, it's caught. 7 seconds. Trying to get everybody to the line. 3 wide. Krista calling an audible. This is going to be it.
Good blocks.
Oh, she's got a man. 20.
Breaks off a tackle.
She breaks the tackle and going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown.
That's Waters, a tight end. Makes the effort.
Great job there by ECU when you thought that they were just going to have to settle for no points, and they get the touchdown. X Waters breaking a couple tackles, 57 yards. The extra point is up, and it's good. And heading into halftime, ECU has a 31-27 lead over Maryland.
This game is
break that first half down for us, man.
Ooh, okay. Well,
a lot of action.
Yeah, it's a lot. I don't even know where to start. So, as usual, the defense of both teams aren't really doing much to win the game. They're allowing big shots to happen downfield as well on the run. And on the offensive side, both these teams, both quarterbacks are throwing shots downfield. Chris, I think, is 20-20. Busy is near that. And both running backs, especially Nicholas, is having a spectacular debut. And
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he's doing what he does,
You see the yardage. Maryland with 301 East Carolina with 230 or 334. East Carolina's got the time of possession. One turnover by East Carolina. It was the interception, or no, it was the fumble that Maryland turned into 7 points right there near the end of the half. But you mentioned it. Both quarterbacks are playing good. I think Busy Lorden's thrown 3 or 4 incompletions. Krista's a perfect 20 for 20 right now.
Yep.
And I'm not going to talk anymore about it. I don't want to be commentator jinx.
Yeah.
There you see one of the long throws by Lorden where Verbal Kent scored the long touchdown pass.
Theoretically speaking, if Krista keeps going 100%, would that be something new in the ECFL, or has someone done that before?
For a whole game, nobody's ever done it.
No.
I know what the record is, but I'm not going to mention it until we get a little bit closer.
Oh God! What if we just jinxed her and she like?
I'm trying not to, Krista. I'm trying to beat around the bush.
Yeah, I'm trying my best to avoid that.
As Busy Lorden comes out on first down and throws it out of bounds, it's going to be 2nd and 10.
It's a new half. Hopefully, one of these defenses step up. But
Handel's still fighting for yardage. It's 7.
Looks like ECU hasn't learned their lesson yet. Can't let Nicholas run the ball.
Yep. It's going to be 3rd and 3 as he's averaging over 9 yards a carry. 3 wide. Handoff to Handles, who's got the first down. Shortest run of the night, but it's enough to get the first down.
A great debut so far. He's going to be a real problem next season if he stays with Maryland, of course. But I don't know if he would.
Handoff to Handles as he picks up 6 and takes a huge hit. It's going to be 2nd and 4. JoJo with the tackle. 6 tackles tonight.
He didn't get juked on that one. That's good.
Kickler, who you talking about 19 and 19? 4 wide. And they hand it to Handles as he picks up 8 and moves the chains.
He drove with his helmet on that one. Not sure if you want to do that. CTE is really dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. Quick screen to Verbal Kent. He's out to the 50. He picks up 1. It's 2nd and 9. ECFL 21 didn't ask that question, Kickler.
Spectator curse.
Handles breaking tackles, but he's going to lose 2. It's 3rd and 11.
At that point, if I'm Nicholas, I'm just going to go down. I don't want to lose any more yards than what I'm gaining.
But yeah, I think you got to go back to Busy here. He's been throwing the ball pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Go down the field a little bit with it. It's going to be a screen to Handles. He's got the catch 50. He gets out to the 46 and picks up 5, but it's not enough. 4th and 5. It's because I'm not in the chat, Kicker. You can't at me. 4th and 5. Hunt is away. And it doesn't check up. It's into the end zone for a touchback. Let's see Krista come back out and lead this ECU offense. Checked in. I haven't checked in. Over the middle, it's completed. And she's got a first down to Levi Toombs for 12.
Krista's having an outstanding game. Ron Jolon may have scored that first touchdown, but from then on, Krista has.
Good run there by Rojo. Pick up 4. It's going to be 2nd and 6. Going to come out 4 wide. Rojo split in the backfield. Hands it to Rojo. Got some room over the right side, and he's got a first down, 15 yards. Both teams wanting to really get this run game going here to start the second half.
I can see why both defenses can't really stop it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's working, you're doing it.
Hand off to Rojo, and he's hit.
As soon as I say it, they stop him. Oh my God.
4 wide for ECU. Krista's dropped back, throws it to the left side, and it's a first down to Levi Timms for 11. Moves the chains. Three wide. Hands it to Rojo, and he's able to lose, or he loses the yard.
His line crumbles and he just gets him too fast.
Yep. 2nd and 11 for the Pirates. Krista drops back, and she's going to scramble across the 40, across 35, 30, down to the 25, out of bounds about the 24-yard line.
I just looked at her run. That her picked up like 10 yards right there.
Yeah. She's so slow, but she makes it work.
Yeah, she's so slow. She's making like slow people look fast. Oh my God. Sorry, Krista.
Fast people look not fast.
Yeah.
Rojo picking up 5. It's 2nd and 5. Marcus Freeman with his 9th tackle of the night. 3 wide. Krista drops back. Oh, it's completed down to about the 10-yard line. Cassius Castle for 9 yards and a first down.
It was a big throw right there. That was very
yes, dangerous. It was. Over the middle, and it's caught by Levi Timms for 8 yards. 2nd and goal.
That's some real trickery they just did right there. But it worked, so can't complain, you know?
Yep, absolutely. 2nd and goal from the 2. Hand off to Rojo to the right side. He's hit, and he's going to lose a yard.
He ran into his own teammate right there. If he just cut outside, he could have probably had it.
Yep, absolutely. You might have to call this one for a second. I'm trying to look something up.
Wilson with 3 receivers. Drops back. Touchdown, Levi.
Levi Timms with the touchdown catch.
Oh, man. I just really want to talk about Murray, but I don't want to jinx her, you know?
Yeah, I know. We're not going to talk about that. Extra point is up, and it's good. And ECU's got with 3:57 to go in the third quarter. ECU has a 38-27 lead.
Score here. They don't want a momentum shift this late in the game. It could be really bad.
Good return by Richardson. Can't find it.
Jordan has 4.
4 wide receiver screen. Verbal Kent's going to get to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. I think it was that. 2nd and 10. Gordon's going to run the option. He's going to keep it and turns it up, and he's got the first down. 13 yards in the first.
Great run right there. He didn't quit on him. He trusted his blocks, and he got the first yard, the first down and more.
Yeah, good run there by Lordy. This time it's Gordon for 7 yards, makes it 2nd and 3. Gordon's going to scramble over up the middle, picks up 6, but it's a first down, and Maryland moves the chains.
Georgia with another tackle. We were talking about you, Georgia. We got 8 tackles right now.
Hand off to to Handles, who's got the first down. 13 yards in the first.
A great game by the freshman. He's really putting his name out there.
Gordon drops it off to the right, to the 35. That's a completion. Gunnerson. Going to send a man in motion. He's looking. He's going to scramble. And it's fumbled.
I don't know if that one was down. I can't really see it from there.
I don't know. That ball is out.
Yep.
And ECU picked it up.
No, this is what Maryland doesn't want.
No, it's not.
If ECU stretches his lead, it could be game over.
Over the left side, that's Levi Timms for 10. And a first down.
100 yards for Levi with 11 catches. He's having a great game so far.
Hand off to Rojo up the middle. Got the first down, 4 yards. Up to 87 for Rojo on the night. Three wide. Hands it to Rojo up the middle. He's stutter stepping, fighting, carrying guys. He's got the first down for 11 yards.
That was a big man run right there. Tried his best and got the first down.
Krista drops back. She's looking. Floats it. And the catch is made. First down, Pirates.
Wow.
What a catch by Casper.
That's his feet in there.
First and 10 from the 20 for the Pirates. Trips to the top of the screen. Krista drops back, floats it to the flat. She's got another completion to Cassius Castle for 6. It's 2nd and 4. Four wide, trips to the bottom of the screen this time. If she don't like what she sees, she's going to audible. It's completed to Levi Timms for 4 yards and another first down.
Yo, but if I do say, she had a man wide open on the right.
At the top, yeah.
Yeah, would have been a free touchdown right there.
2 wide here for Krista. She drops back, looking. Throws it over the middle. It's caught. Touchdown. And Krista Matz, I don't know if it's 25 in a row or 29 in a row, but you've now completed 30 in a row to start the game, which is a new ECFL record.
Congratulations, Krista.
Kick is up and it's good with 25 seconds to go in the third quarter. ECU 45, Maryland 27. I never thought that record was going to be broken, but it was set by quarterback from Maui State last year. I can't think of his name. Baker Brooks. I can't remember if he did 25 in a row or 29 in a row to start the game, but it don't matter because Krista's now done 30. Maryland's going to send the man in motion. You got 2 to each side. They really got to get something going here if they're going to keep pace, as they're down 18 now. Deshaun Richardson for 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
If I'm Maryland right here, I reduce the coverage, ECU has been letting a lot of big throws downfield happen. And that's what you want.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're Maryland, of course.
That's going to do it here for the third quarter. Big third quarter by East Carolina as they take a 45-27 lead. Aki, tell these guys and girls what to do here in chat.
Put up the 4s in chat, everybody.
Got a good game going on.
Don't let the
record-setting game.
Don't let the ECU lead fool you. This has been a great game so far.
Yeah, I mean ECU just turned it on in that, at the end of the second into the third. Gordon's going to come out on 2nd and 11. Throws it over the middle. It's complete to Nicholas. Handles for 10 yards. Brings up 3rd and 1.
If you're ECU, you do not want to give Jordan that much time, especially when your coverage isn't that good.
Start getting some pressure on him. His handles is up the middle. He's got the first down, picking up 2. Got a little scary because he started running backwards. Almost lost the first down.
Down in time, they kept it.
Lorden drops back. He's going to try to scramble. He's going to be sacked at the line of scrimmage. To me, that's not a sack.
That looked for like a tackle for loss. He was already running it.
Sorry, 2nd and 10 for Maryland. They're going to send the tight end in motion across the formation. Lorden drops back.
Looking.
Dancing and can't find anybody. He's going down for a sack. Appreciate the bits, Exodus.
I get proved wrong once again. ECU heard me talking about their coverage and they just locked everybody up.
3rd and 17 for Maryland. Going to send the man in motion. Lorden's looking. Dancing again. Completes it over the middle to Deshaun Richardson for 12. But it's not enough. Brings up 4th and 5. And they pretty much have to go for it right now. From the 49. Trips to the bottom. Busy's looking. Throws it over the middle. It's complete. And he's got the first down to Gunnarsson for 10. Busy over to the left side. That's going to fall incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
You can definitely see a new Maryland offense right here. In other games, they would have just given up at this point, but they're still trying to fight for it.
Yeah, they could have a fourth quarter like ECU did the third, and it's intercepted. And he stepped out of bounds.
That would have been a pick 6 if he didn't step out.
Should have been a pick 6. It's number 7. I don't know what player that is. Let me pull him up. It's 1st and 10 for the Pirates. 4 wide for Krista. She drops back. She's going to keep throwing, and it's complete. She's got the first down, 2 yards. Levi Timms. Shows Duke Smith with the interception.
Do you start wasting time right here, or do you want to score and expand your lead?
I think you just got to run this clock down. They're going to hand it to Rojo, and he's horse-collared down after 1 yard. Miguel Diaz with the tackle. It's 3rd and 7. Jalone gets the handoff and picks up 1. It's going to be 4th and 6, and ECU's going to punt it. I mean, run the ball. If you got to punt it, no big deal. If you're running that clock.
As long as you waste time, you waste time. You don't want Maryland to get a lot of time.
Ooh, huge hit. As Raunchy goes nowhere on the punt return. Four wide for Maryland. They're gonna. I don't know why they're not snapping it. The clock's not even running either. Handles hit as soon as he gets the ball, and he goes down for a 1-yard loss. Four wide. Fakes the throw. It's over to the right side, the left side to Richardson for 2. It'll be 3rd and 10.
You gotta start throwing downfield. Stop throwing the screens, or it's not helping you out.
I mean, the downfield passes work for them in this game. They've had 2 or 3 deep balls in the first half. Yep. 3 wide. They're going to send a man across the formation. Trips to the bottom now. Borden's going to run the screen. Bad idea. I mean, they moved the only receiver they had over there to the other side, so there was nobody over there to block. And this brings up 4th and 11 for Maryland. They're going to punt it away with just under 5 minutes to go. Kick it away.
I don't want to say anything yet, but it's looking like that's game. 4 minutes. Chris can just waste the time. Give it a run.
Chris is going to come out 1st and 10, throws it, and her first incompletion was almost intercepted by Joe Hands.
Should have just ran it.
The first incompletion, I mean, it was not a jinx. We didn't jinx you.
And at that point, it didn't even matter. You could have just run it and we would have won the game. No need to throw it.
Yeah, she should have never threw it to begin with, but definitely, you hate that it had to end on a wide receiver screen.
At least he wasn't intercepted. That would have been even worse.
Yeah, because that would have been a pick 6 too.
Yeah.
But hell of a run there by Kristen Matz. 31 in a row.
Impressive nonetheless.
Rojo with 6 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Going to come out 3 wide. Kristen's going to scramble out, throws it, and it's complete. Oh, no, it's incomplete. Couldn't hang on to it. It's going to be 4th and 2, and they're going to go for it. Up 18 with under 4 to go.
Now, is there really any need for this?
Well,
I do have to say,
keeping the clock running. They were kind of in no man's land. Didn't want to punt it because it's going to be a touchback. Didn't want to kick the field goal. It was too far, so now keeps the clock running. Probably could run it the rest of the way out if they wanted. But they're going to throw it. No, Chris is going to run it. He just runs through number 10 and picks up a first down. Four wide, trips to the top. Takes the handoff. Krista's going to run out. She's across the 20, fighting, breaking tackles. Picks up 6. It's going to be 2nd and 4, and Krista is refusing to have anything negative on her tonight.
Hell of a game by Krista tonight. I mean, at first it was Ron with his great runs, but as the game went on, Chris just showed us why she's just starting.
Yep, definitely. She's come a long way this season. When she's, the first game of the season, she threw 3 or 4 interceptions in the first quarter of her first game. So now she's completing 31 passes in a row to start the game.
And 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I do want to ask, does ECU still have a chance at playoffs?
Oh, definitely.
You do?
Yeah,
No team is out yet, right?
this puts them at 3-2 in the conference. And if Memphis or Arkansas loses this week, then they would be tied with them for fourth. As ECU floats it over to the right to Castle for 9 yards and it's first and goal.
Well, I'm getting the touchdown here if I was them. More points.
Actually, I think Arkansas
20.
plays Memphis, so
So they'll get them
and
anyway.
yep. And see, Arkansas and Memphis both finished with App State and Tulane, both of them. And ECU finishes with Ole Miss and Ole Miss and Rutgers.
So it's basically a free trip to the playoffs.
As long as they can pull it out, Rojo picking up 3, it's gonna be third and goal, and that's gonna do it. He's not gonna punch it in, and that's gonna do it for this game. As ECU picks up win number 3 on the season, Maryland remains winless, 45-27. East Carolina over Maryland. Player of the game definitely has to be Krista Matz.
Yeah, 5 touchdowns actually. Of course, that one fumble gave her 1 turnover, which you hate to see, but it didn't really do much to the game.
You got any final thoughts on it?
I was actually surprised this game. So anybody who might have just joined right now, this game, don't let the score fool you. It was very entertaining.
It was a very close game, and ECU just managed to pull away in that third quarter and changed it all up. But that's going to do it for me, Canes, in the booth with Akiyama. Stay tuned for tomorrow night's schedule as we got the top 4 teams in action. Number 1, Arizona State, and number 4, Fresno, followed by the game of the week, which is number 3, Tulane, and number 2, App State. But you've been watching the ECFL on Twitch, and we will see y'all tomorrow.